For all those who don't know us, we are PEP.
Good evening, good evening, good evening. Welcome to this episode of Fresh Start Live with Fee and Pat, where the motto is, stay ready to keep from getting ready. I'm Pat.
And I'm Fee. Not only we have an interesting, actually it's not an interesting topic, but it's a very needed topic.
Necessity.
So we both did research, but Pat did the wrong research. So I stumbled last week when I say we're going to do personal finance, but it's actually he corrected me. He said no, personal budget. But then he ended up spending all his time doing personal finance. But what do you find on personal finance anyway?
So what I found are areas: savings, credit, budgeting was part of it, insurance, real estate, taxes, estate planning, investments. But thinking about personal budget, I don't need
Okay,
that.
all right. We'll you freestyle. I have my notes.
Okay.
Okay, so before we start, I just want to kind of give the audience an update on the progress. Still, we don't have any walls up, no construction in sight, but hopefully after the holiday, things gonna change a little bit around here. I believe we're very close, or we already signed off on the drawing, approved the budget. Actually, the board approved the budget, so we're ready to go forward.
Stay tuned.
Yeah.
It's coming. So let's get on our topic, personal budget.
No, we still need to update audience on something. Normally, we have kind of like a square table here.
Right.
And, we interview somebody in the middle, but we haven't done that in a while.
So what's the plan?
So I wish I can turn the camera around just to show you what it looked like, but we have the whole set on 4 wheels, all right? So we're still trying to move things around, trying to figure things out. So it's kind of difficult to coordinate bringing a guest in, but not saying that we won't have one in the next few weeks.
All right.
All right, if we find the right topics, find the right PEP brothers to bring in, and then that's when we have a square tables again.
Yeah, but I think this restart, kind of what we're doing with these topics, I think is good. I think it's needed, and I think it's going to open up opportunities to have these conversations when we do get back into the square table, though.
Okay. So now get back on the topic. All right, personal budget. Why do you think it's important? What are the 3 things that are most important about the budget?
Saving. For me, knowing what's coming in and knowing exactly where it's going out and when it's going out.
Okay, so based on my Google research, control spending is number 1. Track your expense and save money.
Right.
And the other benefit is better financial decision, prepare for emergency, get out of debt.
Yes.
I think majority of all guys getting out of prison is in some kind of debt.
Yeah, whether it's child support or
Unpaid ticket.
unpaid tickets. Shots fired. Yeah.
Tell them a little bit about your story. Just what happened.
I got pulled over and semi-detained. I say semi-detained because I wasn't handcuffed. It was kind of like, I'm gonna keep your driver's license and follow you to the police station. Behind a ticket from 1992 that was disposed of, but somebody in a county that I will not name didn't process the paperwork. Long story short, I'm here, and it's over. It's taken care of. But it ruined my day.
Okay, here's some of the statistics on this one. Do you know that it's only 30% of Americans have a long-term financial plan?
I can believe that.
Yeah. And surprisingly, 65% of Americans say they had no idea what they spent on last year.
Wow. You know, thinking about spending from last year, I thought about that earlier when I heard that, but thinking about spending, if you think about with everybody being locked down on the pandemic and then receiving so much quote unquote free money, was there really an incentive for them to track? Or, I mean, you know, I still tracked. I know exactly where every penny went.
You know, surprisingly, all of these trading platforms have a spike in people become an expert in day traders during the pandemic with free money. But do you keep a budget?
I do.
How often you revise it?
Daily, weekly for certain, weekly and monthly. Monthly for my bills, because my bills fluctuate as far as utilities, but weekly mostly because of discretionary spending. Because I need to track, because those $2, $3 cups of coffee and all the little $2 whatever snacks or whatever, that adds up if you don't keep track with it. And you find yourself at the end of the month, you be like, you know, where did I waste $400 at? But, you know, in tracking that, it allowed me to say, you know what, I need to change this habit right here, because this habit is not it. I need to alter this spending right now.
So do you think that you make better financial decisions and you're looking at it weekly?
I do. It make me process, one, what I need as opposed to what I want, you know, because it's really not that serious, you know. I can make coffee at home or other little stuff. It's kind of like, do I need to eat out 4 or 5 times a week? You know, that when you look at that, man, you could have gone grocery shopping for the month. You know, so.
You know, budgeting is one thing, but get trapped into marketing is another thing. I remember when I was going to college, I said I'm going to reward myself by putting $100 away to use for coffee when I go to school and stop by Starbucks. And so I have no problem of going into Starbucks and spend $5, $6 on a venti frappuccino. But then when lunchtime, I'll go to the cafeteria or go to the food course, and I go to Wendy on the dollar menu. You know, get a dollar chili, you know, and that's. So after a few weeks, I would just sit there and eating, and it just dawned on me, that made no sense at all. I spent $5 on coffee
and $1 on
and
lunch.
$1 on for lunch.
Yeah, I think something was kind of backward in that budget. I mean,
but that is budgeting.
yeah,
You
most
know.
definitely.
Sometimes though, budgeting is helping you realize something that you're spending that doesn't make any sense.
You know, I thought about something after we was talking earlier and talking about the personal budget. I think one of the things that get overlooked in our personal budget is our time. You know, because I think time has an opportunity cost attached to it. And sometimes we misbudget our time. So we'll talk about that on another topic.
So how important it is for, you know, someone to get out of prison and start budgeting, even though he had no income? Why would he need a budget?
I mean, because he's trying to build a life, and that's like one of the messages I try to impress upon the guys on the inside is to start budgeting while they're there. If you get $50 a month, spend 10, and start, because if you don't start there and try to start when you get out here, it's not going to work right, because you can't control your spending in a controlled environment. It's going to be hard to control out here. It's possible, but for a lot of guys, it's going to be hard.
So budgeting is one way to save money, so you can have money when you retire, or you can get out of debt and, you know, buying something that you needed. So it takes a long time to build up.
Right.
Right. So I kind of associate budgeting with parole. You know, so typically when a guy is getting parole or know him going home in a year, what does he do?
Hit the rec yard.
And working out, right?
Work out and exercise.
So he have 1 year of working out, so by the time he get out, he look pretty decent, right?
Yeah.
What happened to the guys that got FI1?
You're running out there. 45 days to go.
And what did that guy do? Working out also, right?
He working out.
Starving and doing all this kind of stuff. But how does he look after 45
The
days?
same way he looked 44 days ago. He just wasted his time.
So it's for guys who delay budgeting and wait for like a later year and budget. It's not going to help him out that much.
It's really a part of a lifestyle. Budgeting is part of lifestyle, just like spending is part of lifestyle. Most people think they spend it on a lifestyle, but you spend it because, like I was talking about earlier, about the lifestyle inflation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, and people don't adjust their budgets on the budget, but they adjust their spending.
Mm-hmm.
You know, somebody you make more, you spend more. I mean, why just because you make more do you spend more? You can spend at the same, and that's more that you have to work with as far as saving, as far as retirement, as far as all of that.
So typical people think that they don't have to budget if they focus on making more money, because the more money they make, then they don't have to really save money for anything because they have plenty of money, right? But and then what happened to all of those people who make millions of dollars without budgeting?
You hear about them jumping off a building. The Great Recession and Depression is it. I mean, because you had no plan in place. And like you say, I don't have to plan, I just know that it's gonna be there, but what happens when it's not? Because you don't have a plan and you haven't learned how to be disciplined in your spending. You have a lifestyle that you gotta maintain. And how many people are actually going to lower their lifestyle because their financial situation changed? Because now they're worried about appearances.
You know, studies show that the age group that had the lowest number of budgeting is the 39 and up, and the group that have the highest percentage in budgeting is from 23 to 38.
I can believe that, you know, because you think about financial literacy, even the term financial literacy didn't become a hot topic for the last 10, 12 years. You got that 39 and up group, which unfortunately I fit in. I'm just gonna speak personally. Had I not have been in the situation that I was in 3 years ago to where I had to get on a budget, I don't know that I would have focused back on my budget. And I had my spreadsheet since like 2007. But it put me in a position to where I became very cognizant of every dime in, every dime out, and every dime that was available.
So prior to going to prison, when I heard people talking about budget, talking about envelopes. You know, you got an envelope for rent, you got an envelope for food, you got an envelope for entertainment, on and on, you know, car, insurance. And so when you get a paycheck, you cash it out and you put money in all of these envelopes. Right. And whenever you spend, you just grab that envelopes. It seemed a little bit kind of arcane system, you know, that's why it's harder for the older people to do it. You know, it's require a lot of work. But nowadays, people using the app.
Yeah.
And not only that, you know, the phone with all of these apps, actually I looked it up, and there are 6 really good ones out there. One is Personal Capital, Mint. Both of that are free.
Okay.
Right? And the other one was mentioned by one of the PEP's volunteer is YNAB. Guess what it stands for?
What does that stand for?
You need a budget.
I concur.
Okay, well, that one come at a cost, but we're in the process of trying to get it, so all the PEP's guys can get it for free. I think it's cost like $10 a month or something like that. Okay. And then Pocket Guard, Good Budget, and Stash. All of them are good app, but they all cost money.
Right. I mean, but I think for what you pay for that monthly, and to have that handy for that awareness, even if you don't keep it for a long period of time, to have it short term, it'll help you focus. I noticed Navy Federal Credit have a system that's similar to that, to where you can link all of your debit cards, credit cards, and so forth to it, and you can go at any time and create a real time spreadsheet. But for me, you know, I'm kind of old school. so I have a real live old school Excel sheet with the macros and all of that in it, where I can break it down to daily, weekly, monthly, yearly, and attach between my phone and my laptop, and I can just upgrade it.
So I don't know you noticed lately or not, it's for the last almost 3 weeks now that I haven't bought you any energy drink.
Yeah.
So every time I buy an energy drink, I kind of keep track of it. And then I realize, and I spend like $600 on an energy drink a year.
Yeah. I see.
So now, you know what I do? I use that little bottle that they sell at HEB.
Yeah.
They have a flavor, energy
And put
flavor.
it in the water.
Yeah, flavor water, but
Okay.
with energy in there. You know, you just squeeze it in.
Yeah.
And $2 per bottle, I can use it, I don't know, more than a month.
Oh man, you've been holding back. That's free game. I gotta go get me some now. I gotta get me some. Yeah, I mean, but you know that whole little, and the same, you know, because every morning I'm tempted to stop and go here, and it's kind of like, you know what, we have coffee at work, so why do we do this? And it's kind of like, I'm glad we on the same wavelength with that, because I'm getting older. I don't know if you're getting older. You just had a birthday, right? So I'm already over 50. So yeah, the preparation.
All right, so the message for you guys out there, we talk about budgeting. I started doing it because one of my PEP mentor asked me to do it, plan it all out. But I do it every year with my wife and my kid too. You know, we're sitting down on New Year Eve. Instead of going out, we just sit there and plan our budget. Say how much we're bringing in, how much we're using, how much we pay for rent. I think it's a great way to teach my kids.
Right.
And then it's a great way to involve my wife. So when she asks for something crazy, I can tell it's not in the budget.
Right? It's not in the budget. You helped approve this budget at the end of the last quarter. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool. We got some guests with us today. Who we got? Donald Jones. What's up, Donald? Max? No money equal no budget. Stop, Max. Interesting.
What's the update in prison?
In prison, both units are locked down at this time. Actually, Estes is supposed to come up this evening, so they're up. They're up now. They was coming up at 6 o'clock, and Cleveland will be down probably through Friday. So Estes, we have 81 new guys that are waiting, and I'm going to meet them on Thursday. I haven't met any of them, so I'm planning to be on the facility on Thursday, kind of just walking around, having some conversations with some, trying to get ready for this adoption that we have going on, and kind of prepping them for the big idea canvas, get them ready for their pitches.
Okay, so out here, you sent an email out inviting, not an email, but on Facebook, inviting graduate here for the Thanksgiving. Is anybody can sign up?
Anybody can sign up.
Okay, when's the deadline?
The deadline is Friday. They have to RSVP by Friday. If you don't contact Allison, you can contact me, and we'll get you on the list. If you're not on the list on Friday, fellas, don't show up, because we have to have a count to order food, make sure that we have enough food and enough chairs to come into this spot and have lunch.
All right, another thing we're working on right now is we call it Business Startups Shower.
Yeah.
And then the very first one that we're going to do is going to be the end of this month. And we're going to do direct invitation to some of our PEP brothers. So if you have a business and you want to come to it or check it out, just let me know.
Yeah, please. I'm excited about it. Like Fee said, it's something new. I've been seeing a lot of similar ideas floated, but no action taken. So when Fee started to really get excited about this over the last few months, I'm like, you know what, I'm in. Let's make this happen. But I think it's going to be great for you guys and for guys coming behind who are serious about birthing a business.
All right, so this is the third week we're here kind of testing the audio, the videos, and everything. So hopefully we can iron it down and have a set up, and that way things are going to be a little bit more consistent and come up with better topics.
Yeah.
Bring some more guests, and marketing this channel to more of you guys to watch it simultaneously.
Most definitely. Most definitely. Tell a friend, tell a friend, tell a friend, and bring a friend. So you know what? I think it's only right, since we're talking about personal budget, I want to bring the Starbucks quiz back today. Talking about
We
personal
only
budget.
have 1 or 2 guys on right now, so
Well, we'll bring it back next week.
Okay.
Those two, those two don't count right now. We love y'all, but y'all can't get free coffee. So, next week.
well, we have a topics, but I think we need to work on it.
Okay,
So,
okay. Yeah, I think it's going to be different. I think it's going to be outside of our normal realm of discussion, but I think it's going to be needed, kind of like personal budget. Yeah.
all right. So what's the closing?
So, fellas, remember, man, we're here to celebrate 1 million stories. And today, we're getting closer. We're setting up to really celebrate 1 million stories. Remember, though, freedom demands responsibility. Responsibility demands accountability. So until the next time that we're back with you guys, peace out.
All right. See y'all next week.